Hello and welcome! Today I'll be showing you guys my picks for the top 20 best base locations for PvE castles in V Rising. In the past, I made a similar video with only 10 locations, so I felt it made sense to make an updated video now that patch 1.1 is out. With the patch, we've gotten some new plots in the Oakveil Woodlands area, so I'll be including all those locations from my previous video back in 1.0, but with more locations. I won't be listing these locations in any particular order, but I do want to quickly mention that this list is mostly focused on the scenic views or appeal of the plot when it comes to castle building. Alright, now let's get started. The first plot on our list is located in southeast Farbane Woods. It's one of the very first plots you come across when you start the game on the eastern part of the map. I picked this plot for the list because it's surrounded by water on the north, south, and east of the plot. From the east side, you also get a nice mountain view. The northern side of the plot is connected to the plot above through a cute little stone bridge that allows a small river to pass through. This river is pretty still and doesn't move much, but is decorated with lily pads and other plant life. There's also a nice pond on the southwestern part of the plot with similar characteristics. With only one other possible neighbor to the north over the bridge, this plot is very quiet and scenic, creating the perfect conditions for building a castle. I've actually built my Church of Luminance castle on this plot, so I'll be linking it here for anyone interested in checking that out. The next plot on our list is located in southwest Farbane Woods. It's one of my favorite plots in the entire game, having not one, but two waterfalls that sit snugly across the western part of it. It's also connected to a small natural log bridge, which allows you to cross the water and appreciate the scenic view off the cliff. To the south, you get a nice view of the graveyard, so you can reminisce over your humble beginnings as you progress through the game. The eastern side of the plot also has a nice body of water, with another natural path that allows you to cross it. Another great advantage to this plot is that the two entrances are very close to each other, which can allow some creative flexibility when making a first impression to visitors, since you can connect the two entrances easily. Overall, this plot is absolutely gorgeous, and with it not having any closely connected neighboring plots, it is a very quiet and scenic plot to build on. I've actually built my Vampire's Kiss Valentine's Day Castle on this plot during early access, so I'm going to link that here for your viewing pleasure. The next plot on our list is located in northeast Farbane Woods and neighbors the fishing lake. This is a particularly nice location because it can only be entered and exited by crossing a bridge. On the west side of the plot, there's a long, straight stone bridge which connects you to a detached neighboring plot. The southwest part of the plot features a waterfall that is connected to a river that comes from the fishing lake. The southern part of the plot doesn't reach all the way to the edge of the smaller arch bridge, but it does have a large permanent tree and a collection of boulders you might want to build around. There's also a natural bridge behind those boulders which allow you to cross the river. On the eastern side of the plot, there's an interesting rock formation which you can use to create elements of storytelling, maybe even giving the impression that you enter the lake from here to fish. Overall, this is a very cozy, quiet, and unique plot. Even though I haven't built here yet, I would like to do so eventually. The next plot on our list is the northernmost plot in the Hallowed Mountains. This plot has 3 entrances, which can give you the perfect opportunity to build an impressive, tall, and compact castle if you really wanted to. You also get to occasionally say hello to your favorite neighborhood mountain terror. Jokes aside, having 3 staircase entrances is great for builders who like to build beautiful outside entrances to their castle. So out of all the Hallowed Mountain plots, this is probably one of my favorite. The next plot on our list is located in the southeast corner of the Hallowed Mountains. It has a single entrance on the west side of the plot. It's the most secluded plot in the area, surrounded by 2 ponds at its entrance. There's not a lot of action that happens around the plot since it's far from the road, but it's very quiet and peaceful. If you're looking for a cozy, quiet winter castle location, this one is probably the one for you. The next plot on our list is located in South Dunley Farmlands. It has an immediate next door neighbor, and there's a nice body of water on the northern part of the plot with its own mini waterfall on the northwest part of it. There's a bridge that allows you to cross the river, and it also serves as the main entrance. There's also a second entrance on the west side of the plot, but it's placed in a way that would make for the perfect secret entrance or exit. The southern part of the plot is the edge of a cliff with a nice view in the distance. Overall, it's a nice looking plot, especially for builders who like to work on the front of their castle. The next plot on our list is located in the heart of Dunley Farmlands. The northern and western parts of the plot are followed by a road that is frequented by militia, which adds a little bit of extra life to the area. The eastern and southern parts of the plot are lined by a river that is really cool to look at. You can also get a view of the farms from several directions. One of the coolest things about this plot is that it spawns scarecrows, so if you're interested in building something with a farm area of your own, this might be the plot for you. The next plot on our list is also located in the heart of Dunley Farmlands. This plot features a unique shape that encompasses the top of a waterfall at its center. On the south side of the plot, the waterfall leads to a larger pond at the bottom of the cliff, providing a fantastic waterside view. The northern side of the plot has another, smaller waterfall that goes into a smaller pond. This plot also has two entrances on the north and one entrance to the south, providing plenty of opportunity for some creative layouts. The eastern part of the plot is lined by a large rock formation, providing some privacy from the market. The western part of the plot has a few smaller rock formations, which still allow you to see the road if your castle is tall enough. Overall, this would be a fantastic plot for anyone who wants their castle to be in a convenient location without sacrificing too much privacy. This next plot on our list is located in the northwest corner of Dunley Farmlands. This plot has two entrances. The west side entrance has a neat looking bridge and a nice sized river flowing under, which eventually leads to a waterfall. That same river also lines the south side of the plot, giving you another smaller bridge near the east side exit. This is a very secluded spot with only one immediate neighbor to the south and a good distance from the road. Overall, this is a pretty nice location. This next plot is located on the northeast corner of Dunley Farmlands. The main feature of this plot is its elevation. Both entrances to the plot have several staircases, really giving it the feeling of being up in the mountains. From the north side of the plot, you get a distant view of the Cursed Forest. The east side of the plot gives you a distant view of the ruins of Mortium. The shape of this plot is a bit more unique than most, allowing for some creative possibilities, especially around the staircase entrances. With only one other neighbor to the southwest, this is a nice, large location that would suit any vampire looking for an opportunity to experiment with different buildings on the same plot and, especially, taller castles. The next plot on our list is located in the southwest corner of Dunley Farmlands and has only one other neighbor close by. As you're approaching the plot through the bridge, you'll pass by two large rock formations that serve almost as an archway. This plot also spawns scarecrows at its entrance, so it might be fun to build around them. The southwest side of the plot also has its own private little pond, and there's also a nice view of Farbane Woods from the southern part of the plot. This plot might not be as flashy as some of the other ones on this list, but the entrance and private pond is probably its main appeal. Not only is this plot isolated and quiet, but it's shaped in a way that would be great for anyone looking to make a long, dramatic pathway to the entrance of their castle. The next plot on our list is one of the most unique in the entire game. It is located in the southeastern part of Silverlight Hills and has no immediate neighbors. The western part of the plot is probably the most interesting, featuring two waterfalls and a bridge. The rest of the plot sits on the edge of a cliff from which you can see other waterfalls and some plots in the distant Dunley Farmlands. The most unique part of this plot is that it's the only plot in the game with two elevated sections. The layout of this plot is pretty big, so it would be a good challenge for anyone looking to make a massive castle. I've actually built one of my best castles on this plot, so I'll be leaving a link to that here in case you guys are interested in checking that out. The next plot on our list is located in the northwestern part of Silverlight Hills. This castle is very secluded with no immediate neighbors. There are 3 bridges that connect the plot to the rest of the land. 2 of those bridges are made with planks, while one is a small arched stone bridge. Water lines all 3 pathways to the plot, but the plot itself isn't placed in a way that is right on the edge of the water. There is, however, a single tile on the eastern part that sits snugly inside the water's edge. This one tile could make for some creative uses, especially if you want to enjoy nature in isolation. The northern and western parts of the plot face vast mountains in the distance, providing a nice view. Overall, this is another quiet, peaceful, isolated plot that has a lot of potential, especially since it has 2 entrances on its elevated half. The next plot on our list is located in the heart of Gloomrot South. From the western side of the plot, you get a nice view of Rustlock Village, as well as the Pools of Rebirth. There's a lot of action that takes place around this plot with constant battles between humans and mutants, so there's some free entertainment to be had here. Another interesting part of this plot is that it has 2 wide staircase entrances that are facing the same road. It's an interesting plot for sure, and with no immediate neighbors to worry about, and the occasional flash of lightning in the distance, this plot is just a good location overall. The next plot on our list is located in the heart of Gloomrot South. It's a two-tiered plot with only one entrance. The northern part of the plot gives you a view of constant clashes between man and mutant, providing plenty of entertainment. It's also surrounded by several pools of pollution, which look kinda pretty if you squint hard enough. Overall, it's a busy plot with lots of action happening around it from almost every side. If you're looking for a spot that isn't as isolated and has a lot of stuff to look at as you spy on your neighbors, this might be the plot for you. The next plot on our list is located in the heart of Gloomrot North. It's a two-tiered plot with one entrance to the north of the plot and the other to the east. I added this plot to the list because you get one of the best views of the pools of rebirth from northern Gloomrot. Another bonus is that the added elevation would be perfect for a vampire who likes to sit on a third-floor balcony and think about their life choices. One advantage to this plot is that despite its centralized location, it's fairly quiet, with only some action being visible from the eastern and western sides of the plot. Patrols do walk past the northern and eastern parts of the plot, but it's rare that they get into combat within earshot. If you're looking for a plot with neat surroundings without much noise or disruption from those pesky humans, this might be the plot for you. The next plot on our list is located in the Cursed Forest. I chose this plot because it's the only plot that occasionally gets a visit from your friendly neighborhood gore crusher. There's a lot of wildlife that travels through the plot, so this would be a good plot for anyone who likes to watch their servants destroy stuff or even fight gore crusher himself. The northern part of the plot is surrounded by swampland, giving you the chance to build an extra spooky castle. Overall, I think the plot is my favorite of the ones in the Cursed Forest, since there's a lot of activity happening around it, and because there isn't any specified entrance to the plot, you can orient the castle in any direction and it will still look great. The next plot on our list is located in the northeast corner of the Cursed Forest. Its only entrance is through the bridge to the south of the plot. There's also a large pond that separates it from its next door neighbor. This pond is basically private, creating the perfect spot for vampires who want to live near water in isolation. What makes this plot most unique is its shape. It's also a very large plot, especially in comparison to its next door neighbor. Overall, I think this plot would be great for vampires looking to place multiple buildings on their plot, since its shape would make it difficult to create a typical castle layout. The next plot on our list is located in the northern part of the Oakveil Woodlands. It has two entrances to the east and southeast of the plot. One of those entrances is a collection of rocks that you can use to cross the river, and the other is a split path toward the nearest road. The eastern side of the plot is lined by the river that goes throughout the entire Oakveil area. Perhaps the biggest reason why I included this plot on the list is because of its gorgeous oceanside view. In my opinion, no other plots in the game come close to the view you get from the southwestern part of this plot. The ships in the distance are kind of neat to look at and would make this plot the perfect spot for vampires who are looking to build an isolated cliffside castle with a fantastic ocean view. The last plot on our list is located in the south of Oakveil Woodlands. This plot is a lot smaller than some of the other ones on this list, but its surroundings make up for it. It's almost completely surrounded by the large river that flows through the area. There's one entrance on the northeast corner of the plot and another two entrances to the west of the plot. To the north of the plot, there's a rock formation which separates it from the road, providing some privacy. There's also no immediate neighbors, so overall, I think this plot would be great for any vampire who likes to fish in isolation. So, what did you guys think of this list? Were there any that you agreed on? Were there any that I missed that you would have added? Are there any that you've already built on? Let me know what your favorite plot is in the comments below. In case you don't know, my name is Xolo. I stream 3 times a week on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube, so if you happen to see me live, feel free to stop by and say hello. You can also find me on various other social media, and I have a ton of V-Rising related content on the channel, so I'll be leaving those playlists in the description below. On my Ko-Fi, I also have free downloadable files for my previous castles so that you can use them if you'd like. You can also find the link to that in the description below. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day, and as always, Xolo out.